this crash course on vulnerability management, cybersecurity topic. In this session, we will cover the essential concepts, tools, and best practices to help you understand and implement an effective vulnerability management program. Let's dive in. Introduction to vulnerability management. What is vulnerability management? Importance of vulnerability management in cybersecurity. What are the real-world examples of cyber attacks due to unpatched vulnerabilities? Vulnerability management is a continuous process of identifying, assessing, prioritizing, and mitigating security vulnerabilities in an organization's IT environment. It plays a crucial role in preventing cyber attacks and reducing risk exposure. For example, the Equifax data breach in 2017 was caused by an unpatched Apache status vulnerability, exposing sensitive information of millions of people. This highlights the importance of timely vulnerability management. Vulnerability management lifecycle. It is of having 5 steps, which is identification, evaluation, remediation, verification, and continuous monitoring. Where we can say vulnerability management lifecycle, it is a continuous process. The vulnerability management lifecycle consists of 5 key stages. First, we identify vulnerabilities using scanning tools for scanning for vulnerabilities. And next, we will evaluate these vulnerabilities based on their risk and impact, called risk-based prioritization. Then we remediate by applying patches or mitigation strategies. Once addressed, we verify through retesting and reporting. Means after performing mitigation, we need to re-verify by using scanning. Finally, we implement continuous monitoring to keep our system secure. This cycle ensures that vulnerabilities are managed proactively. Tools and techniques for vulnerability scanning. There are popular VM tools called Rapid7, Nexpose, InsightVM, Tenable Nessus, Qualys VMDR, and there are agent-based versus agentless scanning, interpreting vulnerability scan results, and visual tools, logos, and scanning workflow where we can get from them. And vulnerability scanners are essential tools for identifying security gaps. Some of the most widely used tools include Rapid7, as we have discussed, Nexpose, Tenable Nessus, and Qualys VMDR. These tools conduct scans in 2 ways. Agent-based scanning, where some small software agents are installed on endpoints, and agentless scanning, which scans remotely. Understanding how to interpret scan results, such as severity ratings and remediation suggestions, is crucial for prioritizing vulnerabilities effectively. Understanding CVE and CVSS. So these are the two metrics where we can define vulnerability. What is CVE? CVE stands for Common Vulnerabilities and Exposure. What is CVSS? CV, Common Vulnerability Scoring System. It is based on score. It is based on score 0 to 10, which we can define the risk impact of the vulnerability based on the CVSS score, whether it is a low, medium, or critical. Exploitability and impact. Example of CVE, CVE-2022 42889. It is a text forward shell vulnerability where the CVE is identified with the prefix CVE and hyphen with the year when the vulnerability is identified, and hyphen with a unique number, which we call for vulnerability. Next, remediation and patching strategies. Difference between patch and mitigation workaround and tools for patch deployment, PDQ Deploy, SCCM, WSUS, Ansible, best practices. Test before deployment, follow change management. Once vulnerabilities are identified, remediation can take several forms. A patch is an official fix from the vendor, while a mitigation reduces risk without fully fixing the issue. A workaround is a temporary solution. Organizations use tools like PDQ Deploy, SCCM, and Ansible, and there are other tools to automate patch deployment. Best practices include testing patches in a controlled environment before rolling them out, and following a structured change management process. Reporting and compliance. Why reporting is crucial, and sample vulnerability report structure, compliance standards, ISO 27001, NIST, PCI-DSS. Reporting is a crucial part of vulnerability management. A well-structured report includes details on identified vulnerabilities, risk assessments, and remediation actions taken. An organization must also comply with security frameworks like ISO 27001, NIST, and PCI-DSS. These are the frameworks which mandate regular vulnerability assessments and tracking key metrics such as time taken to patch vulnerabilities and helps measure the effectiveness of your program. And best practices for effective VM means vulnerability management. To strengthen your vulnerability management program, we have to follow automate scanning, patch where possible, and prioritize vulnerabilities based on risk, conduct regular penetration testing, align vulnerability management with overall security strategy, and continuous learning and improvement. To strengthen your vulnerability management program, follows best practices to automate scanning and patching wherever it is possible, and prioritize vulnerabilities based on risk and not just severity scores. Conduct regular penetration testing to identify security gaps, align vulnerability management with your overall cybersecurity strategy, and ensure continuous learning to stay updated with the latest threats. To summarize, vulnerability management is a continuous process of we have got involves identifying, assessing, and remediating and monitoring security vulnerabilities, implementing an effective program, reduce risk, and enhance security. If you found this video useful, don't forget to subscribe for more cybersecurity content. Check out the description for free resources like sample vulnerability report and a CVSS calculator. Also watch our next video on patch management best practices. Thank you.